And I don't know why Donald Trump can vomit racism and his supporters clap. Meanwhile, she's asked to do everything in this campaign. In 3 months, she has done everything that's been asked of her and more. And she's trying, with the help of others, to take us away from a very dangerous path.
Well, hello everybody. How are you today? We have a video here of Megyn Kelly calling out MSNBC hosts for the very shrill language that is going on, the very, very hyperbole-filled invective that is being shot at the Trump camp because, let's face it, folks, they are losing. So let's take a look and see what Megyn has to say.
She let it rip. Watch SOT 15.
Nobody gets a pass trashing America.
Yeah.
Puerto Rican Americans, nobody gets a pass degrading people. Nobody gets a pass degrading legal migrants and terrorizing people. No.
This is Mika Brzezinski, by the way. I just didn't know if you knew that. Her father was huge in politics back in the day. There are actually countries he's not allowed to go into or he'll be arrested. So, yeah, just to let you know.
Nobody gets a pass threatening his enemies with using the military against them. Nobody gets a pass on inciting an insurrection. Nobody gets a pass on saying he fancies Hitler and wants to have generals like his. Nobody gets a pass on insulting veterans and saying those who died.
None of this stuff that she said or is going to say is true. Absolutely none of this is absolutely and utterly true. If you have things that are supposedly said by someone and you have no concrete evidence of who actually is giving you that evidence, sorry, I just talked around that for a second, then it doesn't mean anything, okay? From a source means nothing, okay? That source could be the guy standing next to you who's just telling you what you want to hear. I mean, that's all, okay? I mean, if you want to know from a source, if I wanted to know if somebody, okay, was doing something nasty from a source and I just wanted to blast it all over the internet and get somebody in trouble, okay, I could say, I could write something down, give it to somebody standing next to me, have them say it to me, and they're a source now. I mean, seriously, this is the kind of thing that has happened to the Trump campaign from these people. It's absolutely and utterly incredible.
For our country are suckers and losers, except for convicted felon Donald Trump.
Yes.
This is called...
Okay, again, they're going to ride the convicted felon thing, yeah, and it's true, he is. Okay, but the thing is that if you take a look at those court cases, they've even said it. I mean, it's even come out by people that are actually on their side. These cases would have never been brought if it was not for Donald Trump. These cases would not have been brought because they weren't even cases at some point in time. It's just amazing. I mean, give me a comment, people. Tell me, what do you think? Okay, do you think all of that was justified? Do you think those felony convictions were justified for Donald Trump? Send it to me in the comments. Let's have a discussion.
normalization.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the descent into fascism, if we so choose.
Okay. She says, we're fighting 24/7. We are in crisis. These are the final hours. We need you. We need all of you. We need all of you to vote. Hitler. Hitler, Hitler, Hitler. The descent
Wait a minute.
into fascism. Normal.
Okay, see, okay, this is where I'm going to start getting crazy with people. Okay, fascism is different from National Socialism. So when she says fascism, they want everybody to think Hitler, all right? Because all the Marxists that have basically infected the news media, the entertainment media, and everything else have basically miscategorized people because of this, okay, for their own benefit. This tries to make the communists, the Soviet communists, look better. Seriously, I'm telling you, it's true, okay? If you're a fascist, you're Italian. Okay, the fascists were Italian. Okay, fascist comes from fasciste. All right, these were, oh man, I can't come up with a word right now. The fascists were a movement of workers' unions. It was a workers' movement. Okay, so working through the unions, they were able to get enough parity together to create a party and then go and then take over the government. But they did all this legally, but it was done through unions. That's where the word comes from. That's where the word fascist comes from, okay? Hitler did things completely differently, okay? Completely differently, but he did it from the same ends. Both socialists, okay? World War II was basically a war started by different socialist factions. It's the truth, seriously. How about that? Send me some comments on that one.
Normalizing January 6th. It's a day of love. I'll say it again and again and again. Normalizing enemy from within. She goes on. She's very focused on abortion. We've got to wake up. And then the defense of poor, sweet Kamala. This is continuing the Michelle Obama argument. Like, we are setting the bar too high. Read between the lines is because she's a person of color and she's a woman. That's what we're doing. Only for her. These impossible standards. We expect her to dazzle us, Michelle Obama said. And here's Mika Brzezinski on how she's done everything we've asked of her.
She has the experience, and I don't know why Donald Trump can vomit racism and his supporters clap. Meanwhile, she's asked to do everything in this campaign in 3 months. She has done everything that's been asked of her and more. And she's trying, with the help of others, to take us away from a very dangerous path. We're on the edge of a cliff. This is the final hour.
Hey guys, if you like this kind of content that I'm doing, please like, share, subscribe. Okay, thank you very much. It could use the subscriptions. Like I said, the end of the month's coming. Okay, looking for 100. Thank you all very much.
She's done everything we've asked of her? Like to put two sentences together without sounding dumb? To actually answer questions that are pretty simple? She hasn't done that, Mika. I mean, we've been really following it very closely here. I think I can safely say she hasn't done that. It's a real problem, and it's directly led to her crappy poll numbers. And no amount of hysteria on your part. Just take a deep breath, sister, okay? As Hammer used to say, sim the mer, my dear, sim the mer. I did not like it when he would say that. So there you go. Anyway, you need to calm down, my friend. So yesterday's claims, today was all about Trump, he's a fascist, blah, blah, blah. Yesterday she was off on abortion, and we're hearing this more and more. You heard the Nicole Wallace clip. The stakes literally are life and death for every woman in America. It's not hyperbole. It's not an exaggeration. And here's what's so sick. Here is what's so sick. Let me tell you, she's talking about abortion. Let me tell you, Nicole Wallace, how are all of your Democrat friends going to be able to run and get their abortions if they've been murdered in the street? If they've been killed on their college campuses by illegals? However will they get their abortions if they're beaten to death during a rape by some criminal who's here because of the open border or not in jail because of these soft on crime DAs that the Democrats keep installing? Explain that to me, because I know we're really super focused on being able to snuff out life in the womb, but shouldn't we at least try to keep those women alive long enough to be impregnated so they can make that decision? That also seems kind of important in this election.
It's just one of the things that they like to forget about. And the problem is that, yes, it is all hyperbole, Nicole Wallace. Every last bit of what you said was hyperbole, okay? Donald Trump's election is not going to cause the death of women, okay? The death of women are being caused by things that have been voted into already. That's what's causing it. Really hate to tell you guys, but anything that Trump is going to do is not going to increase that tenfold or cause, like, the death of, like, thousands of women or anything like that. That is absolute and utter. It's just crazy that there are people that actually believe it. And that's the main problem. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. There are people that actually believe this.
Team Trump has put out 2 very effective ads over the past 24 or 36 hours trying to get at this point. And one of them involves sweet Jocelyn Nungare, whose name I mentioned in a discussion with Bill Maher on his show the other night. We got into why I'm voting for Trump. And I told him, you know, among other reasons, illegal immigration and the trans stuff. And because of people like Laken Riley, who was, of course, killed on the college campus down in Georgia by an illegal, and Jocelyn, who was 12 when she was taken by two illegals and thrown over a bridge after 2 hours of torture. Her mother has been an outspoken critic of the Biden-Harris open immigration policies and helped make this ad, which we've cut in part for Trump. Watch.
I'm not going to go over in this one. I'm going to stop this one right here. But honestly, this is, it's craziness. What they are absolutely fighting for is that this kind of thing. This kind of thing happens all the time, and it's happening more and more with illegal aliens coming over the border. It's when they take Trump to tasks for his comments like poisoning the blood of America. What he's referring to is the fact that Venezuela has emptied out its prisons and sent them to here. All right, various countries have emptied out their prisons and sent them to our country through the southern border. This is a fact. It's been proven. People are coming through the southern border. We have no idea who they are. Children are disappearing across the southern border. 30% of all the children that have come across that southern border have disappeared completely. And this is what the left is fighting for. This is one of the reasons why I'm here. This is one of the reasons why I come up here and run my mouth. This is what you're supporting. If this is something that you are voting for, if you are voting for Kamala Harris and for some odd reason you found yourself listening to me right now, this is what you support. This is what you support. And I'm not going to even go into the fact that abortion is literally ending a life. I mean, that's literally what it is. You are ending that child's life. So, think of that. I mean, who is, oh God, one of the Young Turks, he always loves to refer to America as a death cult because we have a Second Amendment. And it just amazes me that you can call, that you can refer to America as a death cult just because we have a Second Amendment, yet you support this. You support, this is the actions of the death cult. These are the actions of death cults. The wanton, just promotion of rape, torture, and violence in the way that this is doing is just absolutely, utterly incredible. And so, yeah, it's... Guys, this is one of the... Like I said, this is why I'm here, guys. Leave me your comments. Let me know what you think. Is Megyn Kelly coming out here for calling this kind of stuff out? I think she's doing the right thing. Megyn Kelly has never been my favorite person. Honestly. But, honestly, at this point in time, she is fighting the good fight at this point. Let me know, is she right? Is she wrong? I think this has been a great takedown of Mika Brzezinski and of you. So by all means, let me know how you feel. Like, share, subscribe, okay? As I said, coming up on the end of October. All right, thank you all very much. Later.